Hello, welcome to another AV Gives Back. My name is Miss Kelly, and you are
Ala, I'm in third grade and I'm in Mrs. Bell's class.
Mrs. Bose's class. Wonderful. Okay, so our project this month is in honor of Women's History Month, which is in March. So our project is going to support local women in need. But before we talk about this month's project, let's read a book. This is called A Place to Stay, a Shelter Story, written by Erin Gunty, illustrated by Esteli Meza. I slammed the car door and tucked Bunny Beth under my arm. I don't want to stay here, I told Mama, looking up at the tall building. I know, Mama said softly, but we're very lucky to have a place to stay. I squeezed Bunny Beth to my chest. I didn't feel lucky. This isn't a home, I whispered. You know what? Mama said. I think you're right. Looks more like a palace to me. A palace? I asked. Mama grinned. Let's go inside and see if the queen is here. Inside, we met a woman with short hair sitting in a tall swivel chair. Her name was Kelly. Mama filled out some paperwork. Then Kelly said she would show us to our room at the third floor. We passed an area with some sofas and a television on one side. Next, we walked past a room full of toys and books. Oh, wow, Mama exclaimed. I believe we found the treasure cave. Is it all for me? I asked. You and all the other kids. Maybe we'll make some new friends, said Kelly. Mama said we would visit later. Look at all the stuff. I see books and toys.
And treasure.
Kelly took us to the room where she said we would sleep. It was very small. Dinner is on the first floor, she said before leaving us to unpack. We put our bags on one of the beds. Then Mama pressed on the mattress. A little squeaky, but it feels pretty soft. I frowned. That's not my bed. My bed had a fluffy pink blanket and 3 pillows just for me. This bed had a boring gray blanket and only 1 pillow. Mama replied. You're right. That's not your bed. In fact, that's not a bed at all. She kicked off her shoes and climbed onto the mattress. What are you doing? I asked. Mama took a big bounce. She took another bounce and then another. Her fingertips touched the ceiling. This isn't a bed. This is a rocket ship, sending me straight to the stars. Do you want to touch them too? Bouncing looked like fun. It took me a few tries, but I finally touched the ceiling. Mama looked at the clock. Oh, I think it's time to go downstairs for dinner. My tummy rumbled. Yum, I smell spaghetti, Mama said. The dining room was large and full of people talking loudly. Some people stood behind a counter serving food. Others sat at tables eating. I covered my ears. This isn't a kitchen. You're right, Mama said. This isn't a kitchen. It's a banquet hall. A banquet hall? I asked. Yes, and look at how many people have come from near and far to dine with us. Let's get our food and say hello, shall we? Okay, I sighed. We sat next to a woman named Alice and her 2 children, Grace and Andrew. Alice let me feed Andrew a bottle. Grace and I talked about school and found out we were reading the same book. After dinner, Mama gathered my PJs, soap, and a towel so I could have a shower. I turned the water on, then ran my head under the spray. Brr, I said. You'll just have to wait for the water to warm up before you get in, Mama replied. Wait. Oh, that will never work, I said. And why is that? Mama asked. Because we won't find warm water here, I smiled. Really? How will we find it? Mama asked. Deep sea diving, I said. Put your diving mask on. We swam to the right, glug. We swam to the left, glug, glug. Over here, I shouted. The water was just right. After my shower, I climbed into my rocket ship and snuggled with Bunny Beth. Mama, this is the most comfortable rocket ship I have ever slept in, I yawned. I think so too, Mama whispered, kissing me on the cheek. Good night, sweetheart. Good night, Mama, I whispered back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we were off to sleep. Did you like that book?
Yeah.
I like that book a lot. Where were they staying? Do you know?
They're staying at a homeless shelter.
A homeless shelter. Yeah, that wasn't their regular house, was it? Why do you think they were staying there and not their home?
Maybe because they were living with like family members, but then they moved away, so they had to move away too.
Yeah, there's lots of reasons why people might become homeless, right? Yeah, and like you mentioned, when you're homeless, does that mean necessarily that you're living on the street?
Yeah.
No, you're not always living on the street. Sometimes you're living with family members or friends, and sometimes you're living in a shelter like this.
Mama?
Yeah.
Do you have to pay to live in the shelter?
That's a very good question. No, you don't have to pay to live in a shelter. So they get lots of money from people who donate to them, who care about what they're doing. And sometimes other places give them money too, so that people who are in need don't have to worry about paying for it. How can homeless shelters help those in need? How do you think? So there's shelter, right? They give them a place to sleep. What else?
They give them food to eat.
Food to eat, yeah.
A place to sleep.
A place to sleep.
Clothes.
Sometimes they give them clothes to wear.
And
yeah.
A shower.
A shower. Yeah, they give them a place to clean themselves. And do you think they give them hygiene items to help them clean themselves? Like shampoo and soap and things like that?
I think that they're already in the shower.
Okay, yeah, so they're provided. What about that room that they walked by? What was in there? Do you remember? The
TV.
One? There's TV, yes, so they give them like things to do. What about the other room that they walked by?
Toys.
Toys, and what else was in there?
Books.
Books, yeah, so they give them lots of things to keep them clean, to keep them fed. So they have a bed to keep them entertained. And also sometimes they help them find a job if they need it or find a permanent place to stay. Question. One of my favorite parts of the book was how playful the mom was. Why do you think she was playing make-believe so much?
So her daughter would like it and get more used to it?
Yeah, I think so. Do you think the daughter was maybe a little scared to be in a new place all of a sudden?
Yeah, so the mom was like playing make-believe to make her feel more comfortable.
I think you're right. Can you think of other places that can support individuals experiencing homelessness?
I forget what they're called, like pantries.
Yeah, food pantries. They give them food and sometimes they also give hygiene items to keep them clean. Very good.
Disneyland.
Okay. There are places that help people prepare for a job. So they can help them find clothes for an interview or help them train for a job. There are after school programs. Do you remember Salvation Army? They do a lot for kids after school. They help them with homework. They have sports things. There are some physicians, doctors that just go on the streets to help homeless people who are living on the streets. And there's also people who drive around with big trucks and they have showers in them. and also laundry machines in them. Because if you are an individual experiencing homelessness and you're living on the street, where do you wash yourself and your clothes?
In the truck.
In the truck, yeah. But where would you wash yourself if there wasn't anything there? Do you think it might be hard to find places?
In a pond.
In a pond, but that's not really clean water. You don't want to get soap in that water. So sometimes they might have to find a bathroom somewhere, but it's hard to clean themselves. Would you say so? Yeah, so there's trucks that drive around and do that. Yeah, very good. Okay, so today we're doing a project for a place called Friends Indeed. And like Isla mentioned, this is not a shelter like in this book, but it's a food pantry primarily. And they give food to families and individuals who need it. And hygiene things, that's right. They also help people find permanent homes. And excuse me, because it's Women's History Month, we're specifically supporting their women's room. So the women's room at Friends Indeed, they give women haircuts and clothes if they have a job interview. They help them train for jobs. They give them free classes. They give wellness classes and art classes. They give help finding permanent homes. They give them free food. And also they give, what have we been talking about so much? Hygiene items. Yes, things to keep ourselves clean, our teeth clean, our hair clean, our body clean, our hands clean, all of those good things. So today we're going to help them. We're going to support the women's room at Friends Indeed, and we're going to make our own mini hygiene kits. Isla, why would we make them small and why wouldn't we give them like full-size things? That's going to last them longer, right?
Yeah, but we need smaller things.
Why?
Like, because so it can fit in a bag that we can like it's like movable.
Portable. Okay, so I want you to think about something for me. Close your eyes if you want, and everyone at home, think. Put your thinking caps on. Think about everything you need and you use in a day. What do you use to brush your teeth in the morning and the night? What do you use to wash your hair in the morning? Think about the clothes that you wear, all the food that you eat in a day, the books that you read, the toys that you play with, the pillow and the bedding you use at night to sleep with. That's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
So all of that plus anything that you have at home that you would need that's really important to you. And you might need in special situations. So like special toys. Yeah. What about special documents like your birth certificate, your social security card, pictures?
Do you sleep?
Pictures and memories.
Sleep.
And what about your home? Do you use your home for shelter every day? So think about all those things, the food, the clothes, all of those things, hygiene items, your documents. If you are homeless, do you think that you have a place to store those things?
No.
No. Many people experiencing homelessness don't have a storage space. Even if they're living in a shelter, sometimes they're not allowed to store their things there during the day. So when they come at night to sleep, they might have a locker to put their belongings in, but during the day, they have to take it with them. And a lot of people experiencing homelessness have to carry all of the things they own, every single thing they own and need every day on their back. Or do you see people pushing shopping carts sometimes? Yeah, point is, you might have to carry everything with you. So if we were to give you full-size shampoo bottles and full-size everything, do you think that might be even one more heavy thing for them to carry around?
Yes.
Yes. So we're doing mini hygiene kits because they know where to get them and they can go back every week or every 2 weeks when they run out of supplies. And then they have a small pouch instead of a giant big bag. That just adds to what they're already carrying. So let's make some hygiene kits. First, excuse me, you're going to need a bag to put everything in. You can go really simple. So we have a sandwich bag, or if you think you have slightly bigger things that might be hard to fit, then you can also get a Ziploc bag. Even though we're doing travel size items, if you have a lot of items, then you would need a bigger bag. You can also get a cosmetic pouch. Thank you. A cosmetic pouch at the dollar store. This costs $1 from the dollar store, and they have a lot of different options. That would be good. And then Isla, now you can show.
Rainbow.
Rainbow. So this is, you get it. There you go. This is just a canvas pencil couch, a pencil pouch, not a couch. You can get these online. And look, we decorated this one so you can write a sweet message that says you were loved. So these are all great options to put your items inside. Now we need to fill it. So, when you travel with your family and you stay at hotels and they have all the little toiletries and maybe you have a lot of extras and you bring them home and they go under your sink and they stay there for a few years and you don't actually use them. Okay, we have some of those at our house. So if you're like us and you have some unused toiletry items from the hotels, then you could put those in there and then you're ready to go. And it's also reusing things that you might not be using, or you can go to the dollar store or any other store and pick up some items. So first we're going to talk about really essential things that we want to make sure that are in these hygiene kits, things to clean our hair, our body, our teeth, and then also something to keep our lips protected from the sun. So what's first up? Isla, what is this? Shampoo, small shampoo is a good option. Yes. What about to clean our bodies? Soap. This is a bigger one we got from the dollar store. You can also, this is more like a small one that you get at the hotels. Either are fine. What about to clean our teeth? So this is a big dental kit. They have these at pretty much every dollar store that has, that has toothpaste and toothbrush in there. That's great. Also, okay, now what? If you want to make a smaller kit, this is a travel toothbrush that's half the length, and then a really small travel toothpaste. That's perfect. Very nice. Okay, Isla, what about to protect our lips from the sun? Yes, chapstick. The dollar store, you usually get 2 for $1, sometimes even 3 for $1. So that's great. And then finally, what about to keep our hands super clean, especially since we're talking about, since we're in COVID times? Hand sanitizer. You can get travel hand sanitizer pretty much anywhere now. So those are the basics: shampoo, soap, hand sanitizer, toothbrush, toothpaste, and chapstick. And these are also small. These can fit even in a sandwich bag. But let's say you wanted to add a few more things. That's totally fine. What would you recommend, Isla?
Wait.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Can you read it? This is deodorant. This is a roll-on deodorant. You can also get, we are doing this for women. So get ladies, speed stick, yeah, from the dollar store. Perfect. Do you know what this is?
No.
This is lotion. So do you think if you're washing your hands a bunch or if you're out in the sun a lot, do you think your hands might get dry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a little lotion or a little cream for your hands is perfect. What's that one?
Mask.
A mask. That's always a good thing to put into care packages these days. Yeah.
Maybe you need a cloth one, so it's like these.
Cloth one is good. And something else that might be nice is just like some wet wipes. They can clean their hands or their body. That's great. So we have all of these things, and all we're going to do is put them in the bag. Here, I'm going to put it in a clear bag so you can see what we're doing and see how well all of these things fit in a little sandwich bag. Now I have to open this and take out a chapstick. Do you want to fill a bag?
Yeah.
You can fill a bag with more stuff. Here, I'll give you the bigger stuff. That's well, not the whole thing, honey. You would take some of those out. Yeah, that's a good point. You don't want to give them the whole box. Just take a few of them out, or just put one in. And I'll give you one of these chapsticks. The chapstick. Right. So my bag is done. This is just the essentials. The air out. Just the essentials in there. Nice and small. And this will probably last them a few weeks. Isla made a bigger one, but it's still travel size things. Yeah, still travel size things. And people would be very lucky to have it. And when you are done, you can make as many of these as you want. When you're done, you can drop it in the collection bin by the Lost and Found on campus. And don't forget to collect Wildcat Adventure points for yourself and your classroom for your participation in March AV Gives Back. We done?
Wait, one more thing.
What? One more thing.
You forgot to read the book.
Thank you for joining us today, everyone. We'll see you next month.